BoDean 52, how are you folks? Well, it's been about 2,000 miles since I put the Stage II on my Road Glide Limited. Just got back from a 1,000-mile trip, and I want to tell you how it did. So it's been a good run here so far with my Stage II. And if you're new to the channel, I'll give you a little bit of a quick update. My Road Glide Limited is at 2021. And I actually have a pair of Cobra 909 slants on that when I put on the Stage 1. And a Screaming Eagle air filter. And I really was happy with that, and a Screaming Eagle tuner, by the way. So was happy with the Stage 1. Decided to get just a little bit more, power, whether I needed it or not. I'm not sure what the heck is going on. It must be one of those beaches. Focus, BoDean, focus. So I decided to take it in, get a Stage 2 on it. I had a Screaming Eagle torque cam put in it, and of course tuned Bassani head pipe, and so I have a full Stage 2 on the motorcycle now, and it's really been good. I rode it for about 1,000 miles before taking a trip to Ohio. On that trip, I rode just about 1,000 miles in all different conditions and speeds, from some little mountains to highway to twisties to definitely needed a little more power. I mean, I rode all type of different conditions, so I feel like I got a pretty good idea on how I feel about it so far. And I will tell you, overall, very pleased. The ride down to Ohio, which was mostly interstate, this bike's a sofa anyway, right? I mean, it's just easy to ride, comfortable, and having the Stage 2 does definitely help you in certain circumstances that you're out there, whether it's past a truck or an on-ramp or whatever. It definitely has been helpful. Obviously, getting the cat out of it, the bike is definitely cooler, which is a huge plus. But the ride down there was great. I actually stopped at a gas station because every time I talk about my Stage 2, people are like, hey, I wouldn't do that because you're going to lose all the gas mileage. Now, I understand that that's important to some folks. For me, it's just not. I care about the money, but at the end of the day, I knew what I was getting into. So it's kind of like buying a truck. It's going to do crappy on gas. But, I think this bike was normally 45-ish. I don't know that, what it's supposed to be miles per gallon out of stock. But I will tell you that my first stop, which was 200 miles to get gas, since everybody was asking me about gas mileage, I finally decided I'm going to finally track it. So my ride down, halfway down, 200-mile stop, the bike was getting 42 miles to the gallon. Now, granted, that was mostly interstate, and I wasn't, stopping and going and getting on it, and that's going to obviously impact the mileage, but I was happy with that. I was surprised by it because everybody had been telling me how much it's going to hurt me. So maybe if I'm getting on it, maybe it, based on your riding style, maybe it costs you 2, 3, 4, or 5 miles a gallon. I don't know. But for me, 42 miles a gallon is pretty good. So I was definitely happy with that. As we got into our ride, we rode the Windy 9 in Athens, Ohio. A bunch of different type of roads, mostly twisties, a bunch of straightaways, some big sweeping curves. One thing that's cool or not, depending on how you think about it, is The Triple Nickel's the big road there. There's so many ups and downs, and as you come up over those things, kind of like that roller coaster feel, you kind of get that in your belly. The challenge is you don't know if the road's going to go right or left when you get off there. So I was being a little bit careful with it, but I got to tell you what, when you get in that straightaway and you're really trying to pick it up, or you're really trying to get after it from a start, the Stage II has been amazing. It really has. It has been, from a performance standpoint, the first 1,000 miles before the trip, I just loved it. I think I got a couple thousand miles on it. I think the bike is settling in. I think it was tuned well. If I remember correctly, the horsepower went from 85 to 105 maybe, and I think the torque went from 100 to 124, something like that. Don't quote me. I'll at the end of this, I'll link that original video so you can see all the specifics and stats and all that. But it is all the torque and all the horsepower I need. Stock probably was too, but I got to tell you what, it performed very well. No problems with the bike, and just excited I did it. Was it an investment? Yes. Would I do it again? Absolutely, I would do it again. So if you're worried about that, doing a Stage II, don't be. If you got any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Tell me about your history on upgrading your bike in different stages if you've done that, or any other performance upgrades you've made, whether you ride a Harley or some other motorcycle. It really doesn't matter. So thanks for checking in. I hope that helps those folks that have been saying, how's it going? And I'm really happy with the Stage II, and I think it's something you would consider, and I definitely recommend it. Alrighty, folks, be safe out there, check on a friend, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.